Yo, 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 this is Chris coming to you live from the basement, and this is Facts Over Feelings. And if you're here to think critically, learn something new, smash that like button, turn on alerts, and cop some merch to support the movement at FactsOverFeeling, without the S.com. Today is Weird Flex Wednesday, and today's Weird Flex is swinging so hard from authoritarian populism that we end up electing a Democratic Socialist, well, in the primary at least, to run a city that is built on capitalism. Because if Trumpism was a fire, apparently socialism is the ice bath. But guess what? Extremes don't cancel each other out. They compound. And the real casualty is usually stability. And I don't know if anyone remembers this.
When I see the crumbling roads and bridges, or the dilapidated airports, or the factories moving overseas to Mexico, or to other countries for that matter, I know these problems can all be fixed, but not by Hillary Clinton, only by me.
Well, we saw how that turned out. And we currently see exactly the situation that we're living in right now. But for some quick context, I want to set the table a little bit. So New York City, as everyone knows, is the global headquarters of free market hustle. That's what they like to call it. They just crowned Zohran Mamdani, a Democratic Socialist, as the front runner in his mayoral race. He beat Andrew Cuomo. Yes, that Andrew, the one that was formerly the governor of New York, that was ousted for, it's a scandal. You can go look it up. But the thing about it is Mamdani wants free transit, rent freezes, city-run grocery stores, and a $65 million investment in trans healthcare. His playbook, bold, sweeping, government-led reform. His platform, anti-capitalist in tone, populist in energy. But the question isn't whether his ideas are well-intentioned, because they clearly are, is whether they can govern, especially in a city that runs on private capital, commercial real estate, and market momentum. So I want to play this clip. If you don't know who he is, you'll get a quick introduction to him right here.
The next mayor of the city of New York, Zohran Mamdani! Let's go, Brooklyn! Let's go!
Good evening, Brooklyn! Are you ready for a city we can afford? Are you ready to win this race? I said, are you ready to win this race? I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. We are living in a moment of immense fear and despair. Our minds chained to anxiety, our days with too little time, and our bodies with even less energy to pursue the things that bring us joy. But nights like this are the antidote. Movement is the medicine. And we're here tonight because we love this city. But there is a myth about this city, one that has persisted for far too long. It's the lie that life has to be hard in New York. The lie that only the rich or the lucky get to live a good life here. I believe every New Yorker deserves a life of dignity, safety, and stability, and that it's city government's job to deliver that. I believe we can freeze the rent for more than 2 million tenants and build hundreds of thousands of affordable homes. I believe we can make the slowest buses in the nation fast and free. And I believe that we can deliver universal childcare to make it easier to raise a family in this city. I said I believe we can freeze up, make buses fast and deliver universal. I said I believe we can freeze up, make buses fast and deliver universal. I believe we can guarantee cheaper groceries. We can raise the minimum wage to $30 an hour. I believe we can crack down on bad landlords. And I believe we can do this while standing up to Donald Trump, a wannabe king who is ripping New Yorkers from our neighborhoods, our schools, our apartment lobbies, from the very fabric of our city. And as your next mayor, I won't just believe, I will deliver. Now, we face a choice in this election. A choice between a disgraced politician of the past with a government beholden to billionaires and real estate, or our vision for the future. We are done with empty promises wrapped up in flimsy packaging of dishonesty and corruption. We want to dream again.
Listen. My man is spitting. I mean, what can I say? You know, it sounds good. It sounds great, right? And I think that, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, you get to a point where sometimes it feels like it's too good to be true. Someone has to pay for it, right? I think that that is the actual core of socialism is who pays for it. You know, it's either everyone pays more, which, you know, a lot of people don't really have a lot to pay now. So we'll get more into that. But, you know, I wanna zoom out just a little. And if you think about this, we spent, you know, the past 10 years watching far right populism warp the country, cultural panic. Now we have executive overreach, conspiracy politics, right? We saw America First turn into only me real quick. We watched billionaires manipulate the stock market like it was Pinocchio before he turned into a real boy. Every swing, every dip, every pump is a puppet show. I mean, in 2021 alone, Elon Musk's tweets moved Tesla's stock up 12% in a single day. Trump's first term tariffs raised U.S. costs by $80 billion. And Trump's second term's tariff wants to go even harder with a universal 10% tariff that's going to hit Americans. This is in place now, and we will start to feel this within the coming months. And that's going to cost Americans $500 billion in new costs. Now, in the aftermath, instead of course correcting, we're swinging to the other extreme. And here's the problem. Here's the real problem. Mamdani wants free transit, rent freezes, city-run grocery stores. Sounds good. But reacting to injustice with overreach doesn't make it justice. Free transit, it sounds great until the MTA has no funding and your train never shows up. Rent freezes, they feel good until your landlord stops maintaining the building or stops being a landlord. City-run grocery stores, let's be honest. We've all been to the DMV. We know what those lines are like. And $65 million earmarked for trans healthcare is noble in spirit, but are we investing in scalable delivery or just writing checks for headlines? This isn't cynicism, it's experience. You can make transit affordable by expanding low-income fare programs and fixing the system with smart traffic modeling. You can fight housing insecurity by building more, faster, and tying tax incentives to affordability, not freezing the whole market. You can address food deserts by empowering community-run co-ops, not creating new bureaucratic grocery chains. And yes, you can invest in inclusive care by scaling nonprofit clinics and equipping them with real tools, not just earmarks. It's not about ignoring the problem. It's about solving it in a way that doesn't break the machine to fix the motor. And here's the problem. Most Americans don't want Trumpism, but they're not signing up for socialism either. Take it from someone like me, and I don't speak for everyone, but I want dignity. I want predictability. I want competent leadership. Instead, we're ping-ponging between burn it down bravado and central planning cosplay. I mean, just think about that, right? That is where we are. In a place no one wants to be. And the thing about this, right? There's real world proof that extremes break, centers build. Let's stop pretending ideology is new tech. History already ran all the beta tests that we need. If you think about the far right, remember Mussolini, Italy. It turned into a fascist regime, ended in execution and collapse. Think about it. Bolsonaro's Brazil, pandemic denial, January 6th style insurrection, and weakened institutions. Hungary under Orban, ranked partly free. What does partly free mean? Oh, I know why. Because it's due to media consolidation and judicial interference. Sound familiar? Now, examples on the hard left. Venezuela, right? It was once the wealthiest Latin American nation, but its GDP has shrank by 75% between 2013 and 2020. Inflation hit, this number doesn't even make sense, 65,000% in 2018. We go to Chile. Peaceful Marxism led to economic collapse, and guess what? A military coup. Now they're in dictatorship, right? This is not what we want to see. Everyone just wants predictability and leadership. That's it. So I know you're asking me what actually works. There's a lot of examples of countries already that thrive, that have figured out ways to win. They use markets for innovation. They use government for equity. They protect institutions from demagogues on both sides. Look at Sweden. Look at post-war America before lobbyists rewrote the tax code. Sweden, I'll use Sweden as an example. They rank among the top 10 in countries for GDP per capita, life expectancy, and equality. But it also combines capitalist growth with universal healthcare, union power, and social trust. Post-World War II, the GI Bill built the middle class, and the median income doubled between 1945 and 1970, while the top marginal tax rate remained over 70%. The center is not weak, it's balance. The real problem isn't capitalism, it's unaccountable capitalism. Fix the system, don't set it on fire. That's what we continue to try to do, and it's not leading us where we want to be. So I want to show you this and just give you an example of what some success starts to look like.
Welcome to Sweden, Europe's 11th largest economy and home to 11 million people. This Nordic nation, known for its breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural heritage, is also an economic powerhouse. And it's not just about the famous Swedish meatballs or the iconic IKEA furniture. We're talking about dynamic tech firms, groundbreaking innovation, and inspiring social policies that have been instrumental in shaping Sweden's remarkable economic success story.
So if you think about this, look at these
It's a testament
companies.
to its innovative
You have
spirit. But it doesn't stop
Spotify,
there.
we have
The nation's
Ericsson.
economic
Ericsson
success is also
is
deeply intertwined with its
global
unique social and
pioneer
economic
in
policies.
5G
These principles,
technology.
ingrained in Swedish society, have shaped a stable economic environment that fosters growth and prosperity. So buckle up as we delve into the details of the innovation and unique social policies that set the stage for this economic marvel. Sweden's tech landscape is impressive, home to global leaders like Ericsson, Spotify, and Nanoradio. Ericsson, a titan in the telecommunications industry, continues to shape the global tech scene with its cutting-edge contributions. From developing innovative solutions for network in 5G technology, Ericsson has solidified Sweden's reputation as a tech innovator. But it's not just telecoms where
already
Sweden
doing
shines.
this.
Spotify, a household name around the world, was born and bred in this very nation,
Who hasn't heard
transforming
of
the way we
Spotify?
engage with music. With its
That's a
user-friendly
Swedish
interface
company.
and extensive music library, Spotify has revolutionized the music streaming scene globally, and it's a testament to Sweden's knack for digital innovation. Yet the story of Sweden's tech and Einrida, making significant strides in the banking
Klarna.
and logistics industries. These startups, though smaller in size, contribute to Sweden's $600 billion economy. They
Everyone's
symbolize
heard of
Sweden's
that.
commitment to fostering innovation, creating a
You
dynamic
go to
and
the,
diverse
you go
tech
to the
scene.
store now.
The
You
tech
got
sector's
people
influence on
paying
Sweden's economy
groceries
is
on Klarna.
undeniable, positioning it as a key player in the global digital arena.
Right?
With
Buy
its
now,
blend of
pay
established
later.
giants and vibrant startups, Sweden's tech landscape is a testament to the
These are
nation's innovative
Swedish
spirit and
innovations,
economic resilience. It's an
right?
exciting space that continues to evolve, lead, and inspire.
But there's more. There's
To
Volvo.
consider Volvo, a brand that has become synonymous with Swedish values.
There's H&M
From the
for
heart of Sweden has
fashion.
left an indelible
Like,
mark on the global fashion industry. But it's not
there's
just about
so
the trendy
much
clothes
more
and
to
eye-catching
offer.
designs. H&M's influence extends beyond fashion. The company's emphasis on corporate social responsibility and sustainable practices is a testament to Sweden's larger...
And so I want to just go back to this really quick. The company's dedication to helping the company's dedication to helping a country be a better country and being sustainable, like our companies can do that here. But when they try to do that, they're told, oh, you know, climate change is not real. Climate deniers. These companies are making money. They're making really good money, right? But they're dedicated to making their home countries a better place. Why can't our corporations do that, right?
These principles continue to shape the nation's business landscape, setting it apart on the global stage. But let's not forget the backbone of Sweden's economic success, its social policies. Characterized by progressive taxation and a robust welfare system, these policies play a pivotal role in shaping a stable economic environment. It's not just about taking from the rich and giving to the poor. It's about creating a society where wealth is distributed fairly and everyone has access to essential services like healthcare and education. Sweden's commitment to providing its citizens with essential services is not an act of charity, but an investment in its people.
It's amazing.
Enabling more human capital to be more productive. The result, a skilled and motivated workforce. This commitment enhances...
A skilled and motivated workforce by investing in its people. So wait. You mean to tell me that if you invest in Americans, making them healthier, giving them childcare, helping them get to work and back, you mean to tell me that we won't be more productive and more profitable and make more money overall? Nah, that makes too much sense.
Productivity and competitiveness setting the stage for Sweden's global economic success. So, as we delve deeper into the intricacies of Sweden's economic success, it becomes clear that it is not just the tech giants or the fashion brands that are driving this success. It's the unique blend of social and economic policies that set Sweden apart. Sweden's commitment to providing its citizens with essential services contributes to a skilled and motivated workforce, enhancing productivity and competitiveness on the global stage. Now it's over to you. What do you think? What makes...
So, you just heard it. I mean, you need both. You need good economic policy and you need good social policy. You blend them together and that's perfection. We can do that. But for us to do that, we have to remove the money out of the system, the dark money, the money that doesn't want to be traced, the people that are trying to tip the scales in their favor that already have enough money. That's what needs to change. Stop blaming each other. This isn't left or right. And we got to start asking, are we voting for real solutions or are we just voting for revenge? Because after Trump, people wanted anything that wasn't that the first time. But the next logical step isn't a revolution, it's reform. We don't need to burn it down. We need to build it better, honestly, competently, and without the cosplay. Just be real people. That's why this primary just went the way that it did, because there was no cosplay. There is real people. Listen, I'm against the policies, but as a person, he sounds like a good dude. And that's the type of person I want to represent me and I want to be around. And that's what we should all want from our politicians, right? So I want to roll this last clip because I want to put some of the myths to bed from the left and the right about what socialism is and clear up for everybody to see.
Welcome to Illustrate to Educate. Please subscribe and ring the bell for more simple and objective
Shout
videos on
out to
topics that matter.
Illustrate to Educate for this.
In this video, we're going to look at a simple explanation of socialism, as well as arguments for and against socialism. Socialism is a political and economic ideology that advocates for the collective ownership and the control of the means of production and distribution of goods and services. The goal of socialism is to create a more equal and just society by eliminating exploitation and increasing the well-being of all people. In a socialist system, the means of production, such as factories, farms, and mines, and distribution, such as transportation and communication networks, are owned and controlled by the community as a whole, rather than by private individuals. This can be achieved through various means, such as the nationalization of industries, worker cooperatives, or public-private partnerships. The government may also play a significant role in directing economic activity through the creation of a planned economy. The distribution of wealth and resources in a socialist system is intended to be more equal than in a capitalist system, where private ownership of the means of production allows for the accumulation of wealth by a small minority. Socialism aims to reduce economic inequality through progressive taxation and the provision of public goods and services.
But I will tell you where my issue is look at some of the countries that
Well-known examples of socialist systems include the Soviet Union, China, and Cuba. However, socialism has also been the subject of much debate and criticism, with some arguing for and against it. Those who argue for socialism say that it creates greater economic equality by distributing wealth and resources more evenly among members of society. This can be achieved through programs such as progressive taxation and the provision of public goods and services. Next, they argue that it creates collective ownership. In a socialist system, this can lead to the provision of a safety net for those in need, such as through healthcare, education, and unemployment benefits. Those against socialism argue that socialism reduces the incentive for individuals to work hard and be productive because they may not be able to reap the rewards of their labor. They also say that it reduces economic efficiency. A planned economy, as is often present in socialist systems, can be less efficient than a market-based economy because it may not be able to respond as quickly to changes in demand and supply.
I agree with that.
Next, some argue that socialism can lead to the loss of individual freedom because the government has a greater role in directing economic and social activity.
I agree with
Lastly,
that.
those against socialism say it creates oppression. Some socialist systems have been associated with authoritarian regimes that have
So the wild thing about this is if you think about communism, socialism, it always ends up turning into authoritarianism. On the far left and the far right, it always ends the same way. The best path for everyone is to always be in the middle. So to wrap up, again, today's weird flex. I just hate how unstable everything feels. So let's make it even more unstable. We're tired of being pawns in someone else's ideological playbook, right? If you want free stuff, transparency, fairness, cool. But don't sell me utopia while standing on a crumbling subway platform. Don't promise peace while swinging a wrecking ball. The answer to corruption isn't chaos, it's character. And that's what I'll give the man credit for. He has character. And if we don't find a leader who stands in the middle, grounded, principled, and competent, we're going to keep snapping between extremes until the system breaks for good. So, with that being said, if you like what you heard today, drop some comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. But in the meantime, I need you to like, subscribe, and cop some merch at FactsOverFeeling without the S.com. And as you know, I don't have the FactsOverFeelings merch on today. I wanted to show my patriotism wearing the red, white, and blue with the United on the front. So with that being said, I'll see you all on the next show. Stay sharp, stay weird, and I'll chat with you all soon. Thanks. If you made it this far, you're not just scrolling, you're searching. Hit that subscribe button and share this with one person who actually thinks. And if you're ready to keep pushing past that noise, tap the box on the screen. I'll see you there.